Hi, I'm John Paulraj, and on this particular video, we're continuing to solve the IB Paper 1, Time Zone 1 from May 2025 for Mathematics Applications and Interpretations for the HL students. In case you've missed any of the earlier parts, this is part 6 by the way. In case you've missed any of the earlier parts, I will link the playlist somewhere in the description. Make sure you take a look at it. So let's get to the question number 6 where we are. This says that Walkier Tree is a furniture store, no connection to IKEA. Okay, it sounds like that, but it's no connection to them. Walkier Tree is a furniture store. They offer a 30% discount on all chairs priced over 250 Canadian dollars. A different furniture store, Luxcraft, offers customers a reduction of 150 Canadian dollars on all chairs priced over 250 Canadian dollars. All right, so let's understand what's going on. Okay, so there's one discount, ignoring the name, okay, because it'll take me some time to try and get the right pronunciation. Walkier Tree is offering a 30% discount on all chairs priced over 250 Canadian dollars. The second store, Luxcraft, is offering a reduction of 150 Canadian dollars on all chairs priced over 250 Canadian dollars. Okay, any chair about 250 Canadian dollars, there's a discount, but the Walkier Tree store is offering a 30% discount, whereas the Luxcraft store is offering a reduction of $150, straight reduction. What are they asking us? They're asking us in question A, part A, they're saying, given that X is the original price of a chair, X is the original price of a chair and X is about 250. All right, X is the original price. So because this is only applicable if the price is about 250. So if X is the original price of a chair and X is greater than 250, write down a function f of X that models the final price of a chair at Walkier Tree after the discount has been applied. So let's go. A, part 1. So the discount is a 30% discount, 30% off the original price. So if the original price was X, okay, original price is X Canadian dollars, all right, then the discount is basically 30%, right? 30% of X. So what are they going to charge? Okay, the final price is what we're looking for. So the final price at Walkier store of Walkier Tree store, right? I think I got that correctly spelled, but it's a Walkier Tree. Let's just change that. Walkier Tree is f of X is X minus the 0.3X. Okay, because the discount means 30% off, which then works out to 0.7X. Right then. Okay, what's part 2? We are on part 2. It says write down a function g of X that models the final price of a chair at Luxcraft after the reduction is applied. Remember, they are applying a reduction of 150 Canadian dollars. All right, so again, get into the habit of writing. Okay, let X, how did I write that? Be the original price, or you can use the same. Okay, original price is X CAD, Canadian dollars. What's the offer? The discount at Luxcraft, I believe, is X minus 150 Canadian dollars. All right. So then G of X is simply X minus 150, and you can mention that X must be greater than 250 because it's only for original price greater than 250. Maybe you can mention that even here, X greater than 250. I'm out of space again, and if you watch my other videos, I've already given a tip of what should you do when you're running out of space. Please make sure you watch the other videos and find out what that tip was. All right, how do we continue? We are going to continue with B, but before that we need to read this. A third store, Opulent Furnishings, decides to offer both both a 30% discount and a reduction of the 150 Canadian dollars on all of their chairs that's priced over 250 Canadian dollars. I think this discount is only for chairs about 250 Canadian dollars, but Opulent Furnishings is influenced by both. So they're offering both a discount of 30% and a reduction of 150 Canadian dollars. Part B says describe the meaning of the composite function f of g of x in context, in the context of the question. So it's just a meaning, we're not computing. Maybe the next part is asking you to compute, okay? And I have a habit of just checking. So, that's just to know that I've done that. Maybe that's a little tip to note. As you're solving, just keep a check on what you've solved and what you've not solved, okay? Describe the meaning of f of g of x. I'm just going to continue here. So I'm just going to put a line. That's good enough. And we'll continue solving here with another color, hopefully. F of g of x, f of g of x. The order matters. And for those of you who have reviewed composite functions, this is called the inside function or the first function. First, the inside function, and then the outside function or the second function. Does the order matter? Well, it does in composite functions. I've made a video on composite functions. It's on my YouTube channel. I'll link it somewhere maybe. But please go ahead and take a look at it. Order matters. F of g is not necessarily equal to g of f. But in this context is what we need to explain. What is G? G is that reduction. First the reduction and then 30% off. Okay, that's how f of g would mean. So in the context, this is how I would write the answer to this question. In the context of the given question, in the context of the question or the given question, f of g of x would mean what's the name of that opulent furnishings, did I get this spelling right? I'm so picky about small things. Yeah, I got it right. Opulent furnishings offers first, make sure you write the first, reduction of 150 Canadian dollars, and then a 30% discount on the resulting price of the resulting price. Okay, so as long as you have indicated first G and then second, first G and then, all right? So in your own words, if you're able to describe, that is good. And I've always said AI students must develop the habit of writing and explaining. It's a good habit. And in this case, describing the meaning, that's the main, those are two key words, okay? First G and then F, okay? And in the context, that means in the words and the terms used in that question. Okay, now what's next? Okay, part C. State with justification whether f of g of x or g of f of x is better for the customer when they buy a chair with an original price of 450 Canadian dollars. So if the original price was 450 Canadian dollars, which one would have been better? First, the 30% discount and then a reduction, or first the reduction like opulent furnishings, first the reduction and then the discount. Let's just check it out. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and solve laterally here, okay, so that the next question won't be interfered if I have to go on this side. Okay, so here we go. This is part C. Let's use this color now. All right, let's just check. And they said you need to justify. That means in this case you need to really work out mathematically. That's what they mean by justification. Okay, now it's not about describing. So let's just compute. Okay, f of g of x. This means first g and then f, right? F of g of x. And remember, x is the original price, all right? So f of g of x, if that's the order we're looking for x is equal to, I think it was 450. Let me just check that quickly. Short-term memory I have, which is why I keep checking again and again. All right, so this is basically f of g of 450. What is g of 450? Well, g of 450, g of x is basically just x minus 150, right? So this is basically f of x minus, x is 450. So it is 450 minus a 150. This is your x minus 150, all right? That's the g. So we have f of 450 minus a 150 is just 300, am I right? It's just 300. So you can shorten that space. F of 300. So what is f? F is basically just 0.7x, right? 0.7x, okay? So we will write that as just 0.7 times a 300, okay? And just to be sure, let's just go to the calculator quickly and see what that is. This is question number 6, so I'm going to insert a new problem, just like I've been doing throughout. And to do that, we'll go here, insert a new problem. Every question, a new problem. So 0.7 times an x, which is 300 in this case. And what do I get? I get 210 as the answer. So I come back here, and this is basically 210. Don't forget the units, Canadian dollars. Okay, this is if you apply f of g of x in that order. And now let's do the g of f of x. Okay, g of f of x. This is your justification. You're showing through working which one is better. Okay, for the same x, so we'll write down for x is equal to 450, and g, let's go back to the same color, g of f of 450. G of f of 450 is basically g of f of 450 is simply 0.7 of 450, and we'll compute that in a bit using the same calculator. Let's go there, and we have 0.7. You can just arrow up if you want to, and just change the 300 to 450 this time. All right, so the 70% is being applied first, sorry, the 30% discount is being applied first, and then the reduction. Okay, that's the meaning of g of f of x in this case. So this is g of 315. G of 315. What is g? G is basically the reduction by 150. So when you reduce 150, 315 minus 150, this should clearly be, let me just use the calculator, okay, so that I don't make a mistake in my subtraction. I shouldn't be making a mistake in subtraction at this age and stage of my life. But if you're allowed to use the calculator, why not? 165. All right, 165. So this is 165 Canadian dollars. Now you can see it right before your eyes that for that same chair that was valued at $450, if the order of the discount was G first and then F second, that's F of G of X, G first and F second, what does that mean? It means the reduction first and then the 30% discount, as opposed to G of F of X. That means F first and then G. F first and then G means first the 30% discount and then the reduction of $150. Okay, if you see that, we see that for f of g of x, you end up paying, or you will end up paying 210 Canadian dollars. Whereas if you are going by g of f of x, then you are ending up paying 165 Canadian dollars. So which one is better? Obviously, g of f of x is better, as seen clearly, What's the language they ask us to justify? They said, state with justification whether f of g or g of x is better, as seen clearly, g of f of x, because they use that notation, is better for the customer. Okay, so if you're able to write all of that clearly with the entire justification, that will be good. So that's all the time that we have for this particular video. If you found anything useful, please don't forget to like and share this video with your friends and subscribe to my channel. If you visit my channel, you'll find several other videos there. Do check them out. And if you have any questions or any concept, a topic that you want explained, to mention that in the comments and I'll make a video for you. See you in the next one.